welcome. And if you are a first-time watcher, let me know. But there's a couple of things I wanted to share with you all before we get started. I am going to announce 2 prizes at the end of this training. 2 prizes. Woohoo! Can I get some love hearts? Can I get some little raised hands? If you're on webinar, let me know. But I'm so excited. So I want to see some love heart comments. I want to see some love hearts in the comments on Facebook. Let me know. But all I need from you all is for you to share this live stream. Now, this is something I don't take lightly. So if you are new to my world, you'll know that, you won't know, but if you are an older person in my world, an older fan, older follower, then you would know that sharing is such a big thing for me, because I hid my gift for such a long time, and I hid in a private little Facebook group. So for me to publicly ask you to share something is so huge. It is really huge. It helps me with my mission. It helps me with my purpose. It helps me reach more and more souls that need to hear this. We need you all to hear this and to understand the beauty and the love that Spirit brings. The more people that reach this webinar and watch this masterclass, the absolute better. Now, as I said, my name is Katie Helliwell. I am a psychic medium and a spiritual business mentor. It's a long-winded sentence. I also run my own psychic training school, which is called Psychic School, and have done for a few years now. Now, I do have quite a few of my clients on here, quite a few of my students on here as well. And I just want to welcome you all. So thank you so much to everyone that already has major access to me and all the trainings, yet still shows up for these free masterclasses. I think that speaks volumes for how eager they are and how much they love the content, and because they always want to expand and just learn more. So I want to say thank you to you all. I don't take you giving me your time lightly. I really appreciate people giving me their time. And as a result, I will be giving away 2 prizes, as I've said. So I've got one of my team members on live. Her name is Tia. So everyone give Tia a warm welcome. Tia is writing down whilst we are live here. She will introduce herself. She's writing down the names of every single person that's shared. If you are in my psychic school, do not worry, there's a separate prize for you that I'll be announcing tomorrow in there. So don't worry, psychic schoolers. So the 2 prizes are, number 1, access to a free course. So this course is just worth so much. It's just so much, which I'm going to share with you at the end of this live training. But the second prize is a cash prize as well. Woo, a cash prize. So I like to give back. I want to let you all know that I appreciate you. And that's what it's all about. So there we go. Now, full transparency, what you're about to witness for the next 60 minutes is completely free. You will be able to watch it on replay as well in my Spirit and You Facebook group. It will always be there for you under the guides, under masterclasses. Every month there'll be free content available for you to watch, because I want you all to be able to enjoy, and I want to be able to give to everyone. But if you want to go deeper and there's something tonight that you do love and you think, you know what, I actually resonate with what she says, then there will be an opportunity for you to join on to a course. And I'll give you all the details at the very end. And the competition winners will be announced at the end as well. All right, my darling. So everyone, are you ready to begin? Da, da, da. So welcome to Translator once again. And the reason I've called this Translator, and everyone said to me, why haven't you got something that's just kind of like Psychic Beginners or Introduction to Spirit or something along those lines? But Spirit sent me the name Translator. And it's something I've used in readings all the time. I use the word translator. And it's because I often feel as if, do you know when you see on like the news when like the United Nations all get together, and there are people from all over the world, the United Nations, and they've all got their headsets on. And there's people talking different languages, and they're feeding back the language between what is actually going on in the meeting so that everyone can understand. And I was like, that is me. I'm the translator. I'm the bridge between spirit and the humans here on earth. So I'm the guide for them. I'm the link for them over there. So in the middle, someone's got to translate what one's saying to the other, and make sure they don't do it in the form of Chinese whispers where no one can actually understand anything. So that's what we are. We're translators. So that's why it's called Translator. And I think it's got more of a modern twist on it. And yeah, let me know. But I often feel as if I'm literally trying to pass on double Dutch and understand double Dutch, even with my 17 years of experience in this industry and years, I mean, I wouldn't even know how many readings I've done, how many clients I've shifted, how many businesses I've transformed, how many people have been lit up by my work, and how many people have developed their gifts and gone on and changed their whole lives and careers as a result of me being the translator. Like, I just don't know. There's just been so many. But it is even in those moments where I've had all that experience, there can be times where I think, huh, what you saying? What? What are you trying to say? And he's like, how even now can it be that way? It's just like bonkers, but it can be. So I've got my notes here for you, so I stay on track with everything. We need to understand what they're communicating. And it's the biggest thing that crops up all the time. They just want to know how, like how do I do this? Like, how do I actually even start with this? How do I even comprehend? Where do I begin? Spirituality is for other people. It's not for me. And this is something that is a common theme, and it's something that's mentioned a lot. But I want to just set the record straight here. And I want to say something that most people that offer these courses, and if you read up online or if you do any kind of spiritual work and go to a church, this is rarely said, and it needs to be said because we're changing, we're evolving, spirituality is changing. And if we don't evolve with it and change with it, then it just becomes so dated and so like back in the dark ages, doesn't it? But what the difference is with people that are holding back on their gift, and maybe there's people that have done some kind of spiritual work or that are aware they've had some signs from spirit, you know, this course is for you here if that's you. But where the difference is, and where I really want to get people to be understanding and becoming the ultimate translator, is to aim high with their connection, aim high with learning how to translate. And I will go deeper into that, because we've got to set the precedent here that we don't just sit and kind of just wait for something to come through and then think, well, somebody else is better than me. I mean, who's heard the terminology where they say, oh, has anyone or heard a sentence on the terminology? I'm sorry, I get preoccupied because I'm open to spirit at the same time. So that's why I look like I'm in my own head and own world, because I'm half channeling this at the same time as trying to speak to you all as a human. So what I hear often is, oh, before I came out publicly with my gift, you need to go to so-and-so because they're amazing. They're so specialist at what they do. They're the best medium ever. And I'd be like, oh, okay. And I got me thinking when I was training, when I was working and when I was training, what makes somebody better than someone else? Like, why is that even a thing? Why is that even a competition? Where did all this competitiveness come from? Why can't we all have our own spiritual speciality? What if we all have something beautiful and bespoke about us that we bring to the spiritual table? Why is that never said? And there is nobody that's more gifted than anyone else. But the true difference is the ones that actually really, really aim for the highest of vibrations. They aim for the clearest of translation. They aim to understand spirit in the purest of form, and they look after themselves in the process. They're the best. They're the best. But why are they the best? Because they're a clear channel. Because the headsets of the United Nations are plugged into the right little things where the sound all comes through, and the person on the other end has turned up their volume and it's clear. That's why. That's why. So I want you at the moment now to aim to be the clearest translator you can be. And I want you to comment and say, I'm going to be the clearest translator I can be. Go on, how fast can you type? I'm going to be the clearest translator I can be, because there's so many people that are aiming to make some kind of translation. They're trying to make some kind of link, but they're not aiming for anything great. They're doing it, but they automatically think, oh, you know what? I don't think it's for me. I'll try, but I'll never be like Joe Bloggs up the road. Or, oh my gosh, I wish I was like so-and-so. If only I was as talented. If only I had the gift. But you need to aim to be that. You need to desire it. You need to strive to be it. You need to be the clearest translator you can be. Oh my gosh, you have to. Because why would you want to just do it any other way? Why? When that's available to you. So you need to set your energy and your expectations higher than you can ever imagine. I want you to think about how clear you want to be, and then times it by 1,000, and you might be close. You might be even closer. So we're going to give this everything you've got. We're going to give this everything. And it's going to be absolutely wonderful for you. Okay? Thank you for all your comments. I can see you're going to be the clearest translator. I'm trusting on Facebook you are busy typing the same thing, so thank you. And Tia will be answering any questions, and she'll also be answering any queries on how you actually share as well. All right. Now, what we often do, and the biggest mistake that we all make, and I again want to hear from you all, if you do this, do you put spirit on the pedestal? So you start it, you're like, Katie, I'm going to be the clearest translator I can be. Me and spirit are going to do so well. I'm going to be clear. I'm going to be clear. I'm going to be the best translator. I'm going to do it all. I'm so proud of myself. I'm ready. I'm ready. Heart on my heart, hand on my heart. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. But then you're like, Almighty Spirit up there, the love of my lives, the one and only, the decision makers, the one that change everything. And it's like, what? Why is spirit all of a sudden with their crystal ball up there just become like the only thing that we all like totally focus on? We put them in like some kind of pedestal. No, the only way I can describe it is like when I was younger and I joined Kylie Minogue's fan club and I thought she was the best thing in the world. And Kylie Minogue is fabulous. But I was literally like, oh my gosh. And then the boy band, what was that boy band that came out? I want to say it was 5, but I don't think it was 5. Was it Backstreet Boys? New Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block, right? New Kids on the Block were literally, oh my gosh, I was so in awe of them, adored them, and in love with one of them in particular. I won't say his name. Absolutely loved them. Now, I put them on a pedestal, So it's only natural when we see something as the oracle or something that's going to give us the answers or something that is the be all and end all, that we naturally just put it so up above us like this, up to the top. Oh, spirit, you're so wonderful. You're amazing. And spirit kind of sometimes probably do love that. Maybe they do. But we don't need to put them on a pedestal. Any kind of good relationship that you've got, and if you think about all the good relationships you've got in your life, I can guarantee you that that person wouldn't have been put on a pedestal. They would have been treated with equal respect as you treat them. They would be something really, really close to you, like a partner that walks alongside you. And we want spirit to walk in unison with you. We want you to hold hands. We want you to communicate. We want you to be on equal parts, because the spirit world and the human world need to work in unison together in order for the message to be clear. So if you can imagine you're down here, right? You're down here, spirit are on the pedestal up here. It's harder to hear what they say, isn't it? If they're shouting down to you, you can't hear properly. Things become distorted. You don't feel worthy to receive the message. You feel like maybe it's not for me. Maybe I can't pass on this message because, oh, Holy Spirit up there and so wondrous and so amazing, I've said something and I didn't quite hear. What was it they said? Oh, I'm not good enough to hear them. But if you build a relationship with them and you make them their equal partner to you and you hold their hands and together you walk in unison and you connect together, and that message comes from them to you and you to the human soul, oh my gosh, there is no room for any Chinese whispers. There's no room for any distortion. There's no way that the energy can go off because you're in unison together. So it's nothing about the person, the human, being egotistical and wanting to be the best in the world. It's all about your connection and the roots and how you translate. That's what it's all about. So as much as we adore our spirit, and I do, I love my guides. They are amazing. They are fabulous. But guess what? So are you. You're fabulous. You're amazing. And you deserve to walk hand in hand. So if you have put spirit on a pedestal, let me know. I certainly did. And I felt like I was the only one that got to rise and be better. And I had to improve everything about myself to get up to that level. But you know what? What if you get to do that, but spirit meet you at the same path? So they meet you at the same path. And you hold hands. And the power of you both together. Wow. Okay. So I put on here, which I'm going to say to you all, great relationships are built on strong, equal foundations. So think about that. And it's something to maybe think about for your human life. If one relationship isn't quite working out, are you in unison with each other? Do you hold hands? Do you meet in the middle? Are you on the same level? Walk in unison. It's the key to everything. Right. So why are we even trying to connect? Why are we even bothering? Like, when I think about what it took for me to understand all of this and to gather all this information and be a translator and translate and understand the key codes and what they were asking for and spending the time and everything, I think, why? What made me do it? Like, why do this? Oh my gosh, like, is it worth it? And anyone that's worked with spirit before, answer honestly, is it worth it? Yes, there is loads and loads of trials and tribulations. There's loads of hurdles on the way. Of course there is, like with everything. But oh my God, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's an incredible experience to have somebody that is your cheerleader, your strength. You'll walk around with the energy of 10 men. You'll walk around feeling like you're never alone in this world, that you're always guided. That moment when you second guess yourself will be very, very quick, and you'll realize who you are and how magnificent you are. And it will all just fall by the wayside. It is so worth it. It's worth it so much. And to think, when I first started with this, the only thing I was trying to do was switch it off. I was desperate to switch it off. So I actually started to develop spiritually so I could just literally go, goodbye, leave me alone. Leave me alone, let me be in peace. And I had no idea that what I was doing was going to set me free. It was going to set me free. It was going to allow me to be the most powerful version of me. It was going to allow me to stand in my truth. It was going to allow me to stand in unison with spirit and have the world, the most fantastic spiritual team around me with the strength and power and love. Oh my gosh, that is just unfathomable. You can't put it into words. There are no words. Yeah, it's just crazy. Head blown completely. Thank you, Tia. Completely. So you will receive the relief of trying to do everything all by yourself. This is the top things that people say and what I've noticed myself. You will receive the relief on trying to do everything yourself. Why do we do it? Why do we try? Why do we try and do everything ourselves? You receive the most beautiful guidance, the most beautiful guidance. You will show your guides that you are allowing them permission to be here and be present. And you're allowing them to guide you, and knowing that everything they're doing is okay, that you know that they're with you, you know that they understand you because you're walking along side by side with them. So you know they're on the same energy match as you. You know they're there. You know that there's no miscommunication or breakdown because you're not up there and you're not down here, you're not all over the place. You're walking together in unison. So you can trust the information that comes through, and you can trust the guidance, and it can become clearer. It will enlighten you and empower you. And you can always spot somebody that is empowered by spirit. They've almost got like a radiance about them. They've almost got this ability where they will stand on a soapbox in the middle of Times Square, Leicester Square, wherever you are in the world, and they will quite happily talk about the subject they're talking on, that they feel precious about, with their guides. So what is it they love about their guides? What is it they love about spirit? Everyone's got a different journey. Everyone's got a different feeling towards them. They will stand on that box and they will shout it quite happily because they are in unison. They're a match. They're equal to spirit. They just get it. They just get it, and they get what it means for them because they've gone on that personal journey. And you don't have to be a weirdo. Like, I can assure you, I'm so normal, like so normal behind the scenes. I'm a mom to 3 daughters. I'm wife to Mr. H. It's just like, you know, daughter, sister, friend, auntie. I go out, I shop in normal clothes shops. I have a few Gucci's, I have a few Louis Vuittons. I love candles, in particular Jo Malone. Like, I am just so normal. I'm so normal. So all of this You don't think that it's for somebody else and not you. Don't think you have to be something else before you can access all of this. You, as you are now, are more than worthy and more than perfect enough to receive spirit. You are. And the sooner you know that, the quicker the magic will happen. So we want to be prepared for the journey. Thank you, Nico. So glad you're excited to be here. We want you to be prepared for the journey, because this is the thing. Oh my gosh, yes, for mom as well to Henry. Thank you for that, Georgie. How could I forget my favourite boy? But we want you to be ready, because I was not ready for this journey. This journey took me a long time. And it took me, because there weren't the mentors. The reason it took me a long time, there weren't the mentors. There wasn't anyone around to guide me. I felt very lost. I felt very alone. I didn't realise that when Facebook arrived, there would be all these people taking pictures of themselves next to a feather, and oh my gosh, look, I saw 111 today, and oh, I went for a reading and the lady said this, or does anyone have a psychic available to help me with guidance in my business? Can anyone recognize this? And I've just had my spirit pass over my bestest friend, and there's this giant orb that's just appeared on this picture. Oh my gosh, she's here, she's with me. Like, oh my gosh, spirituality has come on so much, like so much. When I was growing up, and I don't care that you all know my age by me telling you this, but when I was growing up and when I was stepping out the spiritual closet, there was these, if you said you saw an orb flying past or on a picture, you got, really? But now you can go and buy orb earrings. Orb earrings. Vivian Westwood, she's made these beautiful necklaces with orbs in the middle. Orbs. I've got a hoodie that is just amazing. It's a beautiful hoodie that one of my best friends brought me. And it's got giant angel wings here. Like, that would never have happened. There's people that come on to calls with me and they've got dripping feathers coming off their ears. Beautiful. You know, they've got massive crystals around their neck that back in my day, you would have been classed as Mr. T from the A-Team. Like, it was just like everyone wears their spirituality now. Well, not everyone, but spirituality gets worn so clearly now. You can go into Next, which if you're not from the UK, is a standard, like, it's a bit like Target. And you can go and get a picture with angel wings and quote, be the strong visionary that you are, follow the path in your direction. Something really, really bold and out there. You can get diaries that say, look, I'll show you. The angel diary. Look. They're the pens. Like, honestly, this stuff is everywhere. Obviously, I've brought most of it, as you can see, but it's just literally everywhere. It's so applicable, it's so available, and it's so everywhere. But what still isn't everywhere is people activating. It's all very well going into the range and buying yourself a feather plaque, but if you're not going to connect to spirit and not going to understand what they're trying to translate to you, what your poor guides who've been with you since birth are trying to communicate to you, what's the point in the plaque? There's no point. You're not really tapping into what's available. And it shows that whilst the merchandise has come on in the spiritual community, the actual practices haven't really come on. They really haven't. So we need to enable you all to be strong. We need to enable you all to be powerful. We need to enable you all to see that this is available to you. And I'm going to take you through how, because all I ever hear is, but how? How do I do that? I'm stuck. I have this and this and this, but how do I ask my guides how? And does anyone want to know how? If you do, type how in the comments. Type how. Sound like Father Christmas. Perfect. Okay. How? It's really annoying, isn't it, when you come onto these masterclasses and they tell you everything, but they don't tell you how. I'm not going to do that to you all, promise. Okay, So get prepared. You're going to need some of the merchandise I've talked about in order to get started. So we're going to get into the nitty gritty now, all right? So you are going to have to be prepared for the journey. As I was saying, I had no idea what was to come. So I'm going to help you with this. You are going to need a few tools to begin. And the tools that you're going to need is a journal. Now you can go to Poundland and buy a notepad. Do not go crazy on this. If you want to, you want to buy something really beautiful and bespoke, by all means you carry on. But personally, I get through so many journals, I just go and buy whichever one I like the look of and looks pretty. So don't overthink this. You need an amethyst crystal. You don't need anything necessarily, oh, excuse me, I'm hiccuping now. You don't need anything necessarily huge. That's the size of my amethyst crystal. Okay, as you can see, it's quite small. You need a tourmaline crystal or a tourmaline bracelet. That's my bracelet, which I love. I get so many compliments about it. You need candles. Spirit love candles, and they in particular love the scent vanilla. Vanilla candles really are an attractive scent to Spirit. Now, I know there's quite a lot of people that cannot stand vanilla. They're like, oh, Spirit are just going to have to leave that because I just don't like it. But they do love vanilla candles. And weirdly, before I even knew this, I used to buy hundreds of vanilla candles and have them lit all around the house. And I had no idea that it attracted Spirit, but it does. We also need you to drink lots of water, okay? You will get through tons of water when you start this. So if you're thinking, where is this excess thirst come from? Why am I so thirsty all the time? It's Spirit. I go through so many water bottles, I can't even begin to imagine. If you get in my car at the end of the week on a Friday, it's like I've been in the desert and I've just got in the car from the petrol station and found water and downed them all. There's just bottles everywhere. So you will know that as soon as you start this work, you become very thirsty. And my mom and everyone jokes about it, how I've always got water with me. It's just the way it is. I don't know why, but I think it's just the purity and the cleanse. But you do, you need to keep drinking your water. You need to have some scheduled time for you. Now, this is the hardest part for some people because they just feel like they haven't got time. But when I say scheduled time for you, I don't mean you have to sit there for an hour a day and you have to start journaling and meditating. Like this morning, for example, I'll be honest, I did get up at 6 o'clock and I did an hour with Spirit prep because I knew I was coming to this tonight. So I wanted to be here on my clearest connection, highest vibration, and I wanted to know if there's anything extra that I wanted to add in that I needed to mention to you all before I actually even come on tonight. So that's why I got up at 6. But ordinarily I get up around 7. And if you go to the Facebook business page where this is being live streamed to, which is called Spirit in You, Katie Helliwell, you will see there my live streams are showing my normal routine for the morning. I look half asleep, I'm in pajamas, just ignore that. But it will show you that I do make the time for this and how I do it. So if you do want to go a little bit more in depth, you can there. But you don't need to do all that. You can also allow yourself the time at night, or you can allow yourself some time in the car when you're driving or when you're exercising. So I'm going to go into that a little bit more. But either way, you kind of need to just put it in your mind that there needs to be time for you somewhere so you can factor in this connection. Okay. So journal, amethyst crystal, tourmaline, candle, preferably vanilla, water, and some idea of where you've got some space in your diary for you, of your life for you. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to go into detail a bit more about step 1, which is making the time for you. So you've got to know what works for you. You've got to know with where you like to spend your day. Are you a morning person? Are you an on the fly person? Are you a person that likes to wind down at night? Are you that person? Are you a person that is needing to kind of go for walks every day? Maybe you've got a pet. I walk Henry every day and I love having that me time where I can talk to Spirit whilst I'm with him. So what is it that you've got? Where is the time for you? Is it when you're in the shower? Is it when you're in the bath? Like, when do you get that time? Is it the drive to work? So you really need to think about that. So where is the time for you in the day? And wherever you've got that space where it just feels naturally just normal and easy, then just put it in there. Okay, so just go, right, me time, natural and easy just before I go to sleep. That feels really good. scheduling me time before night. Feels really good in the morning, me time in the morning. So you've got to really think about that. Step 2, communication. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's only one way that you can do this, and there's one way that you can translate, because spirit will speak to you in a multiple different ways. They will speak to you in codes, they will speak to you in images, sounds, songs, written words. They will speak to you through strangers. It's bizarre how they speak to you. It's just absolutely mind-blowing how they actually speak to you. So the common thing I've noticed with this, and what's always come through, is the way that you wish to communicate and the way that you feel comfortable communicating is how they communicate to you. So let me give you some examples. So I'm naturally, no shock, a chatty person. And I'm a person that's very visual, hence why I like to do these things where I can see you. Well, I can see me, but I know you're there. But when I'm training, I see my people, I see my clients, and I see my students. So I naturally would communicate with visuals because that's how I communicate. So when spirit are coming to me with messages for you all and clarity and information and just for myself, it comes in images like movie clips. Or I actually see, if it is a spirit that wants to come through and give me something, one of my guides, I actually see the guide and I see their faces, if they're a human being like you are. And that's how I get the information through, because I'm a very visual person. So you've got to think about how you like to communicate. Do you love to listen to music? Does music really like move you? Do words really help you? Can you never quite find the right words, but you can find a song to match what you're trying to say? Then you're naturally going to be communicated through music. They'll send you song lyrics. They'll send you through something that you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's exactly the answer what I was asking for. Isn't that a coincidence? That song's just come on when I was just thinking about this. And then the angel like sent I'm Loving Angels Again by Robbie Williams. And it was just like, oh, that's what I need to do. I need to tune into my angels. Like they will find a way to communicate. It's really, really compelling how they do it. It's really, really funny and very clever for them. Very, very clever as well. So if you are an audio person and you like to listen, and you like to listen to guided meditations, for example, then spirit will naturally start to send you sounds through. It could be that they start putting pressure around your ears. So pressure in your left ear is your spirit guides trying to communicate with you. Pressure in your right ear is your guardian angels trying to communicate with you. So think about that and think about the things that may have occurred to you. Let your head be lost a little bit now with this and go, oh, okay, maybe that could have happened. If you are a person that likes solitude and you don't like loudness, you don't like all of the chaos, you don't like certain things, then you are going to probably benefit from just a silent meditation, from a completely silent meditation and just sitting with peace. The only thing you need to do with silent meditations when you are connecting to spirit and starting this communication is you need to put light around you, and you need to call in your guardian angels on your right side, and you need to call in your spirit guides on your left side before you continue, just so that you're fully protected and you're working with the purest of energy and light. So you're not going to walk around for the rest of the day wide open to spirit. So just make sure you do that. Now, the reason they do this, and the reason that this is how they communicate, and this is why some people say to me, oh my gosh, I can hear spirit. I've heard spirit for 3 weeks now. This is amazing. I'm getting the sounds, I'm getting names, I'm getting everything coming through to me. But I really want visuals. I really wish I could see spirit. Katie, how can I see spirit? Well, when will that be? When will that be? I really love this, but I really would like that. And it's like, that will happen when spirits say that you're ready, when they feel you're ready for it. But also, when you think about what I was saying at the beginning, when you're walking in unison and you're holding hands with your guides, when you are an energetic match to be able to see, and when you are aligned to that's one of your communications and that's what you like, so then you decide that you like to see things, you like to be visual, you like to hear explanations in visual terms. Like, for example, even tech things, when I was trying to work out how the music works on here, one of my tech team sent over a video for me to watch because she said, that's the way you learn. Like, that's it. So if I wanted to activate my audio clearer with spirit and just wanted to hear them, then I would spend time listening to audiobooks, listen to phone conversations rather than FaceTime. I would sit and do telephone readings. I would listen to people's voices more. So I would become an energetic match to receive from that sense. And I would focus on that sense. But that's kind of a forced energy at the same time. So it's going to drain you. It's going to feel like hard work, and it's going to feel a little bit of like, oh God, this is a lot of work to schedule into my day. So in my opinion, as a human, not as a spiritualist here, make this easy for yourself. If you're a visual, accept you're a visual. Be happy. And then slowly over time, you'll access the other senses anyway. They might not be as strong as your visuals because that's your core gateway, but does it really matter? Why do you need to have it all? It's not going to make you the best translator. Just because you can hear everything and you can see everything and you can feel everything all in one go doesn't mean you're going to be a better medium, doesn't mean you're going to be a better spiritualist, doesn't mean you're going to be able to understand spirits clearer. It doesn't. It might actually mean you get massively overwhelmed and then mistranslate. But if you know what channel you're comfortable with and you can hear it, where you can see it from there, or you can hear, or you can feel, whatever it is you've got, then you get comfortable with that. You understand the interpretation. It doesn't get overwhelming. And you can go, you know what? I don't often hear spirit, but I'm seeing this. Does this register with you? Or if it's for you, okay, spirit, I can see the pictures you're trying to send me. I don't understand quite the pattern of them, but could it mean this, this, and this scenario? Or could it mean that scenario? And then they'll send you a sign of yes or no, or they'll send you a clearer image and make it even more obvious for you. But you go in, thanks for the image, but I can't really hear what you were trying to communicate, so I have no idea what that was. But thanks. Spirit are like, what is she doing? Why is he or she not paying any attention? And if your gateways change, which Michelle's just kindly pointed out there, they can do. But if your gateways do change, it's because you're energetically more aligned to audio, or you're more aligned to sensitivity at that moment. And that's the gateway that's open in that second. But it doesn't mean it will always be your strongest one. It could just be temporarily for that moment. It could be the match that you're on for that moment in time. But you'll know the way that you are open, because it's the way that you'll receive an answer. So you want to translate here, to start with, exactly what you want to communicate for you. You want to feel for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? You want to know for you. So you want to communicate and translate from your guide, that God loves them, try everything to get through to you. You want to translate what they're trying to tell you to you to start with. You need to master that. So this is why I call it the basics, because if you don't understand how your guides communicate to you and you jump and go straight to, oh, right, I'm going to communicate my guides, I'm going to activate spirit, and then I'm going to pass on the message to this my best friend over the road because she's lovely and she doesn't mind me reading on her and it's absolutely fine, I'm going to pass it on to her. Well, if you don't know what the signs are and the communication is for you, how can you pass it to Sarah over the road? Why make her the guinea pig? You need to be your guinea pig. You need to understand it before you can pass it on to other people. And this is why we have people saying, I went to a medium, or I went to a psychic, or I went to a spiritualist, or I went to a healer. They weren't very good. It's because they're skipping all of the basics. They're not putting the foundation solidly in place to be the most clearest translator. They're just trying to hope and pray that the snippet of information they get is enough and they can ride off it, and then hopefully the person will take it, and if they don't, well, I only charged XYZ, so kind of like, well, whatever, I'll just do more readings and then I won't have the pressure on myself and then life's easier. No, it's not. You're better off learning the foundations, mastering the skill for yourself. It won't take you that long. Getting the communication, receiving guidance, become strong, enlightened, have someone holding your hand, walking in unison with you, being so connected to them, understanding why you're receiving certain things, knowing what you're supposed to do with it, and then if you do decide to do this as a career and you do want to be a light worker, it's not required. You don't have to. You can use this just for you, so you don't have to do life by yourself. But if you do go down that road, then my God, you're going to be so clear. And people are going to be like, oh, wow, thank you so much. And you're going to be like, yes, and it will serve you. It won't drain you. You won't need to take time off to go through spiritual maintenance. You won't need to do anything like that, because your work will light you up. You will become empowered. You won't be this sickly person that everyone classes, well, she's a light worker, they get run down, it's energy draining. It is if you don't do the work in the right way. It is. But if you do the work in the right way, and you look after you and you translate, but you understand how they communicate to you first, then oh my gosh, your clarity and spirit are up there singing hallelujah. We have a clear funnel and a clear direction. And it's so amazing for everyone involved. You should benefit from having this. You should benefit from understanding this. You should be shining in this way. Right. Sorry, I've got to get on. I'm chatting away here. We need to go on now to step 3, which is boundaries. We want to know what you're happy to receive and what you're not happy to receive. So this is another thing that holds people back. They go, oh my gosh, I'm going to make this connection, but what if Spirit show me something bad? Or what if Spirit tell me something I'm not ready to hear? Or what if they take me somewhere and I don't want to be taken? And what if they did this to me that they did when I was a child? Or what if this happens and we spiral? And I spent a good 12 years worrying about this, I can assure you. I had no idea that you could create boundaries. Why did I have no ideas? It makes so much sense now. We create boundaries for everything. I have boundaries for my window cleaner. You know, he knows when he's allowed to come. He knows where he's allowed to go. He knows where the plug is. He knows the process for how we pay. But I've got boundaries for my window cleaner, but I don't have boundaries for my spirit guides. Why? Like, why? What is that about? Why don't we set these boundaries? If you can imagine, anything without a boundary is just chaos, isn't it? It's just left to free reign. And sometimes, you know, that works out, but most of the time everything needs boundaries, because we've all got different things going on. We've all got different areas of our life that we need to pay attention to. We've got things that we don't want to see. We all got different triggers. So you need to know what you want to know and what you don't want to know. You can't just go, oh, Holy Spirit up there, highest of the high, beyond my reach, too good for me on your pedestal. Please, can you tell me anything that you feel is necessary? No. So you can ask them for Spirit. Who's giving me all these laughing emojis, by the way? I don't mean to be funny, but we can say to them, Spirit, I would like to receive guidance on this, this, and this. If there's anything that is related like this, then I'd rather not know. I'd rather only know this and what is right for me. And I'm available to you for communication directly when I'm open and when I'm meditated and open clearly with all of my protection around me. And then when I'm closed off and it's my time as a human. So they know when I'm asleep, I do not want to be woken up. I don't care that it's awakening hours between 3 and 4. That's it. I won't be here. I won't be available for you. So set the boundaries of what you want. Some people like being woken up at 3 and 4. Some people don't, but you've got to understand what is right for you. So allow yourself that space and allow yourself to get comfortable with the boundaries that are right for you. And if you do set boundaries, please let us know what those boundaries are. Or if you're just at this moment having one of those aha moments, what will you set? What do you think it will be for you? What boundary? Now, we need to also now look at your vibration. We need to be aware of you, because so many of us are walking around disconnected from ourselves. And again, I was one of them. I was massively one of them. I was literally walking around like Kyle, my hamster on his hamster wheel, just oblivious to life, get up, have my drink, have my food, spin on my wheel, then get off my wheel and lie down and go to sleep. So there was just like, yeah, I wasn't really connected at all. If someone had said, how are you? I'd go, yeah, good, how are you? I wouldn't actually know. I hadn't actually really gone, well, I don't really know. Am I okay? Am I not? Do I need to lie down? Do I need a holiday? Do I need to meditate? I don't know. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. So it's so easy to become that way because we become accustomed to what's around us and what we can tangibly see. Because in our human minds, we like to feel comfortable around what we can see and what we're aware of in our vibration at that moment in time. So you've got to understand that if you're aware of your vibration, you're aware of when you're making waves and when you're progressing and when you're understanding there's something you need to shift within you, something you need to work on within you. But if you're walking around with your blind goggles on, you can't feel your way. You can't see, you can't connect to you. You've got to be able to connect to you. It's so important. You need to wipe those glasses clean, and you need to look and you need to see where you're at, and you need to feel yourself, and you need to hear yourself, and you need to understand what your soul deep within you, never mind your human side, what your soul needs at soul level. You need to know, you need to feel. So you need to wake up. And I know that sounds a little bit harsh there, but it's so key for all of this, because if you aren't connected to yourself and you're not feeling your own vibration, how can you know what you're needing? How can you even ask your guides? And if you don't know what you need, how can you translate with them? How can they do anything for you where they can translate a message back? There's a massive disconnection. You're not a match to receive. You're not a match to get this through, are you? So really understand this and get yourself really aware of what your vibration is. And if you are waking up and feeling like you want to conquer the world, what is it that's making you feel so good? Pay attention to what's making you feel so good. If you're waking up and feeling, meh, it's Thursday, big deal. Why are you feeling that way? What is it about the meh day of Thursday is making you feel that way? Is there something you're doing that you don't want to do? Is there something you feel obligated to do? If you wake up and you feel really, really fed up, why are you really fed up? What is it that's making you feel that way? Is there an energy shift you need to do? Is there something you need to do to uplift you and vibrate you? What is it that's going on? But paying attention to you is the key. Pay attention to you. Now, meditation. Yes, noticing our energy is so, so important. You guys are coming up with the best comments tonight. Told you about the water, didn't I? So what I do all the time, and I think really helps me, and it's something that my psychic students and all my clients really master from the early days, and it's how to actually meditate. So how many people actually meditate? And if you do, how often do you do meditation? Is it once a day, once a week, twice a week? Let me know. How often are you doing it? Now, meditation is something that is really key, and I'll admit it took me a long time to master. And I'm not going to take you through on this training how to master meditation. That's something that is a training all by itself and is something that I do offer. So if you do want to know, I will happily give you the course, but you need to just, for now, just let me know how you are feeling with it and if it's something you do. So people are saying they're wondering if they do it properly, something you do every day. Yeah, but having emotional, need to make more me time every day. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so it is sometimes something like, oh gosh, I've got to master this now, and I've got to make sure I do this and make sure of this, that, and the other. You know, Nico's saying I'm not sure what I'm doing. Yeah. I try to every other day. Visualizing can be a problem. Yeah, okay, can't find one that works properly. Yeah, so it's a little bit of trial and error with it. So meditation, there is a whole host of different things that you can do. You can do ones where, as Helen's just said, that you're walking meditations. You can do sleep meditations. You can do visualizing. You can do silent meditation. You can do guided. You can do spiritual. There's literally a meditation for everything. They're amazing. Now, if you are not a person that is into it, then I recommend that you sit in silence. Or if you are a person that doesn't like the silence, but doesn't like the guided meditations and likes music, listen to something. I've got something on now, but I don't think you can all hear it. It's like just a plain natural sounds music, just playing, just normal. And it's on YouTube, just royalty free, and it just comes on, and I love it. And it's just like a nice, almost hypnotic, but it's just really relaxing. So have that on whenever you can, and just allow yourself to just switch and relax. So the whole point in meditation is to calm the mind down, is to stop with all of the to-do lists and all of the worries and all of the things when you finally get off that hamster wheel that are coming to surface and letting you know that they're still there for you to do. So when they're highlighted, it's not the worst thing in the world that they're highlighted, but we do need to be aware of it. So meditation, allowing your mind to settle and being at peace and just letting yourself relax into it. The more that you practice, the better it will be. Start off with short ones. Start off with spiritual, like guided 5-minute ones. Whatever it is that you've got time for, just do in a nice, safe environment where you're safe. Don't try and do it in the bathroom first time and fall asleep, but just do it somewhere where you feel comfortable, and just allow it to start to slowly get into your mind and just slowly allow you to relax and just enjoy. They're really, really wonderful. And the reason I get you to do this is because a lot of the time, this is how spirit will communicate with you, because your mind's settled, you're relaxed, you're at ease. So you're easier to communicate with, you're easier to flow to, which is why you'll find that a lot of people have weird dreams. They have unusual dreams, because it's the only time where you're calm and centered and at peace and settled, that spirit can just come through and send through a message. So just remember that your dreams are crazy. That's why. So meditation will really settle all of that for you, so you have a lot more calmer moments and you don't feel so overwhelmed with your dreams. Okay. Now, the key thing that I really want everyone to be aware of is, and some of my students will know this, what is the key thing that everyone has to do when we're doing any spiritual work and we are maybe finished with communication? What is it, everyone? Close down. Well done, my students. So I will go on and on and on, and Ariston, about closing down. You've got to close down from spirit. It's the key thing. It really is. Because you don't want to walk around open to all the elements, open to all the humans, never mind the spirits, all the humans, all their vibrations, all their problems. All, if you're a natural empath, you'll soak it all up, everyone's troubles, everyone's woes. You'll feel it all. Anything you touch contains energy from the other person that's had it. So if you're in the shopping trolleys and you're holding on to it, and you're going to feel the emotion from the person before, if you open, it is like you're a walking sponge. You are a walking sponge. So you must close down your whole energy and close down your connection to spirit and ground yourself. And the way to do that, the way I do it, is through meditation again. It's a very short, sharp one. But also it's using the tourmaline. This is how it comes into practice. We use amethyst to open up, and we use tourmaline to close down and stay with us whilst we're switched off, to guard us. So all of these things can be done. You can stamp your feet on the ground with no shoes and socks on, so you're grounded. You can go for walks out in nature. Like, never underestimate how powerful a walk in fresh air in nature is. You know, if you're a tree person, you love woodlands, go to the woodlands. If you are a water person, go to a beautiful pond or a lake if you can. And if you can't get to any of those places, pop them on YouTube. I wake up in the morning and I put like mountains on YouTube, or backdrops like still frames, so that you can be there at the beach and you can feel the sea and you can get yourself in the moment and you can balance yourself and ground yourself in that beautiful energy. So remember, this is really, really key, grounding yourself. You can never ground yourself too much. It's a muscle that you must master. It's something that you must feel within you and allow to build over time. But my gosh, the connection from that is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So please take the time to do that. It's so key. I've loved this. I absolutely love this. I love sharing all this information with you all. I am conscious that I've literally crammed so much in to a very short space of time, but I wanted to give you as much insight as I possibly can. But I'm sure you can appreciate there's only so much I can share with you in this moment, which is why I've created the course Translator. It's a mini course. And I'm going to share with you all now my screen. So just bear with me 1 second. Let me just get this up and running for you all. So you've got it all there. There we go. Is that the page? Yes, it is. So here we go. Let's share this one. So can you all see my screen there? Just let me know if you can. To say, yes, Katie, we can see it. Raised hands, perfect. Okay, so this is my translator course. If you are in psychic school or one of my one-to-one students, or if you were one of the amazing souls that brought option 1 last week of the surprise offer, do not purchase this. You will receive it as part of your package, and the details will be on their way to you, if not already been sent, by my fabulous team with the links on and everything else. But Translator is the mini course where we're going to go into what we've covered tonight, but on a much deeper level. You're going to understand how you can translate with ease, how you can understand what it is they're showing you, how to break down the messages, the tools you need to learn, and to understand all the information from your guides. I want to support you so you don't have the journey that I had, that you don't just open up and learn these skills just to close it down like I was doing. I want you to understand, and I want you to build that relationship with spirit where you hold hands and walk together in unison and have this beautiful bespoke relationship that's just incredible. So I want to support you on this journey. Now, we're going to, hang on, I'm just coming down here. So that's what it is. All these details have been sent to you, by the way, on email. So the dates of the lives, how the course is taken out, it's going to be delivered live by yours truly in a private Facebook group, and the dates of the lives are here. So we've got session 1 on the 1st of June, session 2, the 2nd of June, session 3 on the 6th of June, and session 4 on, it should be Tuesday, the 7th of June, that's a typo. But they will be on those sessions. They are going to be recorded. So if you can't attend live, it's not the end of the world. Do not worry. And you will always have access for live. Now, there is a special offer on at the moment, but it's only available until tomorrow at 10 a.m. So the course of the price, if you purchase tonight, and anyone that's signed up to join this, it will have actually already been sent to your inbox. If you haven't signed up, then my team are now going to populate this link on all of the Facebook profiles where we are live streaming at the moment, and in the comments on the Zoom where we are now. So it's on its way to you now. Tia is working slowly behind the scenes, getting it all up for you. So the price of the course is currently $199 for lifetime access. What I'm going to teach you here is going to change your life. It's going to have you so connected and understanding where this role is with you and how you can be better at it and how you can build this relationship where you can understand the guidance for you and you can access your team that are standing there waiting in the wings. So you never have to do this alone, and you never have to worry about how to actually start this journey. You're going to receive the support and the love that you deserve from your guides. So the price is $199 if paid in full in one payment before tomorrow at 10 a.m. UK time. I know we've got a lot of different nationalities here, so just want to keep saying UK time. Or it's going to be paid over 3 months, and you can pay 3 installments of £73. After tomorrow at 10 a.m, it's going to go up to £333 or 3 payments of £111. So that's how you can purchase now. And the links, all you need to do is click one of these 2 links and it will take you through to the payment page. If you want to go a little bit deeper and you've loved what you've seen tonight and you're thinking, you know what, I want to go deeper with my spiritual gift. There's something more I've got to give here. I want to make a quick connection with spirit. I want to be the one that can connect and speak to them on a much deeper level, faster. I don't want to take the journey, the long route. I don't want to be doing that. Then you can come on my signature program, which is called Fast Track to Spirit, which will take you through everything that you need. And it's channeled directly from spirit in order to know exactly how to connect to them. In addition to that fabulous course, you will receive access to Translator and all of the monthly mini courses that are released every month. So every month we do a masterclass in Spirit and You. This masterclass you're on now, and there is a course released after, and you get access to all of those. So can you imagine the saving of that? If this course is $199 that you're on now, you get all of them for the next 12 months for £333, and a course that is worth $1,111 if you purchase by 10 a.m. tomorrow. So can you understand how amazing that is? It's just incredible. The price is going to increase to $777. So just make sure if you are going to do it, just go for it and follow your instincts. There is another option. Now, this is for people who are looking to really build this as a business and want to really step into being a psychic and being a light worker. You will receive access to my Activate Mastermind on option 3. For 3 months, you will receive access. You will receive 3 30-minute one-to-ones with me and Spirit, just for me and you, on a camera together. You will also receive access to 3 monthly group Zoom intensives, where we laser tune into you and what it is that you need to do next. You'll be able to access my Activate Academy, which has got over 22 courses. You could have me on in the background. You could have me on while you're doing your makeup, whilst you're in the car. You could just have me on all the time. We go through money flow in these courses. We go through how to communicate with Spirit, how to journal, how to meditate, all of the things that you need to know. You also get access to the Fast Track course and Relevé, which is by far the most life-changing course I've ever produced, ever. This is a one-time payment of £777. It's a phenomenal offer, and it will be increasing to £999 tomorrow at 10 a.m. So those are the options there. Please have a read through and see. You can hear some of my recent comments from my clients. One of my clients recently had a £230,000 launch, literally in 1 month. We have business owners here that have changed all of the structure in their business and are excelling and increased their revenue. We've got testimonials here from the last Spirit course, which was the spiritual coding. Literally, the testimonials from that course were off the scale. I've never received so many, and you'll be able to read them here. And people are on live now that have done the course. They'll be able to tell you all about it. These are some of my collective testimonials from people that have worked with me over the years, and people have been to readings. It's just phenomenal what spiritual communication can do. And I want you to feel it and see it and experience it for yourselves, because this is where the jewelry, the merchandise has been all up to date with Spirit. But why hasn't the actual activation? Why haven't we activated ourselves? Why can't we see that we walk in unison with Spirit together? And we need to match that to make it equal, to make the energy connect, to make the energy right, to make the balance right. We need to understand what's going on here. So this is for you. This is for you if you've ever loved Spirit, if you've ever wondered if you've got a gift, if you've ever thought that, am I actually good enough to do this? Where do I begin? Is Spirit been sending you signs, getting you up in the night, sending you all the angel numbers, trying to communicate with you? This is for you. And I'd love to be your mentor, because I've got years of experience. I know exactly how it feels. I know exactly what you will experience yourself at every stage. And I've got you. We can walk this together, and we can continue to rise together. And that is just phenomenal. So my darlings, we have got a few moments to answer some questions. Let's see if anyone's got any questions. Wow, look at all the comments. So Tia has put the link in. I hope everyone's got the link there. Oh, she's already done it. She's ahead. I've had a reading with Katie before, and I'm a student in psychic school. It's changed my life in the most amazing way. Thank you so much, Michelle. I love having you. I love your journey. I love how much you've empowered. I love everything you're achieving. It's incredible. And I love how I do love how people like really come on and how they like question if they're even gifted. And it's not even really a question, are you gifted? This is a question here, a translator, of you activating guidance for you and mastering the basics of spiritual connection, because then you'll understand what they're trying to show you, communicate with you. Because whether you feel gifted or not, or whether you think that you're a light worker, you've got a team. Everyone has a team. Everyone's got them around them. So we need to be able to activate that team. We need to be able to get that team really like on point with you and communicating with you. Otherwise, it's like having a silent partner that's somewhere else trying to do something for you, but no one's talking to each other. It doesn't marry up. So I think that's just answering your question, Saffron. I'd love to do this, but I totally doubt that I have a gift. Yes. So there you go. Like, this is the thing. People spend so long wondering about it, but it's not even that. This isn't anything to do with that, really. This is about you learning to connect to yourself and connecting to spirit in order to allow those messages to come through to you, so you understand what you're supposed to be doing and where you're supposed to be going. Like, that's what it is. That's what it's all about. Oh, no problem, Georgie. This is what it's all about. When we create and when we are building our businesses, this is what we can do. We can do these free content, these free masterclasses, and you can absorb as many of this until you're ready to leave. Absolutely. So fantastic. Let's have a look. Any more questions? I used to think I didn't have a gift, and I'm actually a medium. Amazing journey. Yay, fantastic. So that's amazing. So this is the thing. Once you actually start to understand and communicate, you could activate a gift you have. And there's so many of us that we're all unique, we're all beautiful, we're all special. But we walk around and we kind of don't even think that about ourselves. We don't even understand that we've got something strong and something really bold and something incredible that is there ready to share with the world, that will help so many people. But we don't see it in ourselves because it's almost a little bit like, well, I'm just me. I'm just me. But you can still be you. But you can have an outstanding gift. You can still be you, that can communicate with your guides and ask for guidance and support and create massive waves in your love life, in your health, your well-being, your wealth, your happiness, everything, your connection. If you want to, you can still be that, and you can still walk around the supermarket, and there you go. You can still do all that. So it just shows that there's so much available. There's just so much, but you still get to be you, and you are special enough exactly as you are. Nico saying, thank you, Katie. I've learned so much from this 1 hour. You are so, so welcome. I just heard music come out of you there, Katie. Yes, Lisa, that's me. I like to sing. Wish I could afford it. I have vet bills. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay. Yes, of course. And that's going to be a priority for you. So enjoy these live streams. Enjoy this. It's literally going to be just so fantastic for you to just be here and just enjoy the live streams, enjoy the content. And there's going to be one every month. Thank you, Katie. It's been lovely. You are so welcome, Nikita. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Wonderful. So we are now going to announce our 2 winners. Are you ready? So thank you, everyone that has shared this.